welcome back to the UIA Trusted Partners Podcast. On today's show, I have a very special guest. I have Candy Specht, the current president and your local State Farm agent of Rotary West, where West is the best. Candy, thank you so much for joining me on the show. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you in the seat today because, albeit, we're different insurance companies, we still have a lot that we share with each other, and that Rotary is the main reason why we're here today, where I have just this odd tingling feeling that maybe the viewers out there in viewership land don't know much about Rotary. So I think we should change that.
Yeah.
For you, what is Rotary, and when did the West chapter begin? And what does it stand for?
So Omaha West was actually started in January of 1956.
Wow.
So that was way back when women weren't even involved in Rotary at that point in time. But what the main thing we say with Rotary is it's service above self. And that's what we really like to talk about. We can have, I think we might have about 10 different financial planners. We have a couple of us who do insurance. It doesn't matter what a person does for a living. It's just a way to have a community of people who give back. And we end up, becoming family, and we end up probably doing business with one another as well. But what it really boils down to is that service that we do and the good that we can do in the community, and it can reach as wide as globally too. Yeah,
and it is one of those that I went down the rabbit hole, so to speak, of, it started with Omaha West, and I kind of kept diving through and going to that national level that you're speaking of, how much Rotary is involved with, just for nonprofits, let alone just communities they respectfully serve. Unbelievable. So we'll touch a little bit more on that, on how Rotary Omaha West here has contributed back to its community here in just a few. But we're going to highlight the big one, the volunteering portion. I would love to start off with this one. So they do an exorbitant amount of volunteering. I say they as in Rotary in general. You guys do an exorbitant amount of volunteering here, but fundraising for various nonprofits alike alongside that. Now, I'm a little curious what Rotary West here, I keep calling it Rotary West. I should call it Omaha West here.
I say the word Rotary often.
That's fair. What have you been able to do this year as far as giving back, and what's on the docket coming up for next year?
So this year, we do a lot with the Salvation Army. So that is one thing that has been pretty permanent for us the last several years, but we've kind of grown into that as well. One of the main things is we do what's called a winter night watch with the Salvation Army, and that is 2 nights a week. There's 2 different vans for the Salvation Army, and we have about two or three volunteers who will hop in, and we'll go and serve meals and hand out coats, hoodies, just warm clothing, socks, just anything that a person might need, to a couple spots in Omaha that are kind of a higher need for those types of items. And so we serve about 40 meals at each stop, and each of those vans make 2 stops in those areas. And so
that's a lot.
It's a lot, and we do it all winter long. It usually goes, I think, we start in maybe about December time frame, and it goes through February. And those are some cold nights that us Rotarians, go out and really kind of eye-opening. And but it's a feel-good type of situation for us too, for giving back.
Absolutely, because let's face it, Nebraska winter nights are not friendly to anybody, let alone even the wildlife out there, let alone somebody not having a coat. So I think that is phenomenal that you guys do it. And I didn't make it onto the question here because I didn't want to misinterpret the reward here. When one of my first meetings here, you guys had gotten presented with an award from the Salvation Army?
We did,
What was that?
We were the Volunteer Organization of the Year.
I need an applause button.
Thank you. Yeah, we, the other thing we did this summer was, it was basically a summer meals as well. And so, you realize that there are a lot of kiddos, especially who aren't in school anymore, who maybe do have those needs still. And same kind of idea, have a couple of stops, we'll go and give them something to eat and maybe some popsicles and things of that nature. So just as rewarding, in Nebraska, on the flip side, you're in the heat of the day.
Yeah.
we're serving with sweat dripping down our backs then, and then on the coldest of cold days. But because of our time and efforts that we give to the Salvation Army, then we did win that award, which was very gratifying. Definitely, we're not out to win awards,
right.
But it's nice to be recognized, but we just, it's all, like I always say, it's a labor of love, everything we do, and I think we get more from it maybe than the folks who receive the meals and the coats, I feel like, too. So just glad to be able to do that.
Yeah, never about the award, but it's always super cool to see a great organization get recognized for what it's doing back for the community. So hats off to the Rotary, especially Omaha West, where West is the best.
We are the best. Yeah, we have a pretty vibrant, fun group, and that's where it is fun, because we try to do these service projects based on the ability for us to be together working these projects. And so we do a food packaging every year, and that is, gosh, I can't even remember how many meals we put together, but I mean, it was thousands and thousands.
It was
of
a
meals.
lot. I think Scott had run through the numbers.
Right.
Unbelievable amounts.
Yeah, and that's just in one day. We just do assembly line, and people just sign up, and it's fun really for the whole family. You can have your kids come help. You can have, my husband came and helped, and we might have gotten a little competitive with some of it. And
any of us in Rotary competitive? No.
I know. But that's the fun part, and that's kind of our criteria, really, when it comes to doing our projects and the service work. We try to make it something that we can do together as a community too.
Yeah, I love it, because it's both a blend of, you guys are doing it for the right reasons, but on top of that, you're still making it warm, inviting, fun, to where even new members can get involved and hit the ground running with you guys and still feel like they're part of it.
Yep. And that's what we find. We find that there are a lot of people out there who want to do service work. They want to give back, especially here in Omaha. They just don't know how to do that. And so it's nice to come into the Rotary, where we facilitate those functions, and we are more than happy to entertain new ideas. If someone has an idea that they want to run with, and we have, the backing, and it fits the criteria, by all means, let's go for it. And that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see some additional projects that we can do, and more impact.
Careful what you wish for. I'm a creative mind.
Well, we like it.
And I still have to pick a committee here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we have a lot of energy, I feel like. So, if we can get a couple more people who would, do that with you, I think we would just, I feel like I would end up probably doing something service-wise or something Rotary-wise every night of the week if I could.
Right.
Or it feels like, because it's fun. It's not anything daunting.
Right.
It's
a good all the way around. It feels good to be a part of it, and it feels good even on your time off. We'll call it that way.
Right.
It still doesn't have that dread.
Right.
Sometimes you sign up for stuff and you're like, boy, do I have the energy for that today.
Yes, exactly.
But it doesn't really ever feel that way, at least not for me.
Yep.
So always happy to be a part of it. Now, some of that fun part, I think I was voluntold that I'm part of the golf committee for next year. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, perfect.
I think it was Warren who had told me that. He's like, by the way, you're on the committee. I'm like, cool.
I think we already decided that before you were officially a member.
I think so too. Yeah. I think I got told before I got told I was a member.
Yes. That's how we roll. I mean,
it just shows you how much
this
family.
Energy, we know that we got to grab you and harness that right away.
Yeah, and when we say energy, I want people at home to kind of put this into perspective. Whether it's Dave Fulton's awesome suits, I will never throw shade at Dave on that one. He has got some awesome suits here.
Yep.
My crazy Hawaiian shirts, or just Stephanie bubbly throughout the crowd here. There is just so much in that room, and there's so many dynamic people and personalities. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great mix.
It really is.
We really have a little bit of everything. We talk about how Rotary back in the day might have been walking in with your suit and tie and very stuffy, very businesslike. While we can be professional when we need to be professional, and we can pay attention to our speakers and be good Rotarians.
Yes.
We also have a lot of fun, and we have different ages, we have different walks of life. We have really diversity at every level. We have a lot of younger Rotarians, which, some people would say that's not what they commonly see or think of, at least I should say, their perception. And so it is fun. Like tonight, we're going to have pickleball.
I know. I'm excited for it too,
so
because it's for a friend of the show, the Diaper Bank.
Oh, yes.
So, yes, while you're seeing this, sorry, it's too late to kind of play pickleball, but we will be having fun. Hopefully I can make it over.
Yes. I have a feeling there will be a next time, and we will broaden it for sure.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's definitely somewhere I can start giving some plugs too down the road too. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, coming up, if you're a Rotarian or not, you can come and join this.
Yep.
So,
yes. And other Rotary groups in
that's true.
In town too.
Because that's the thing too. There's so many other groups in town that that's part of what I do love about Rotary. It's like there is not just a one size fits all. There's not you got to shoehorn yourself into a group because that's just the way it is.
Correct.
It's very open. It's very inviting, and you're going to find out real quick if you're going to mesh with that group or not. Yep. Because it's a good amount of people. It's not just there's 5 people in a room.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
It is fantastic. Yeah. Now, of course, we meet every Friday at Charlie's on the Lake.
Yes.
I love it. Yep. At noon. For our fellow Rotarians out there, can you peel back the curtain a little bit for us and tell us how much work goes into not only the setup, but also the orchestrating of the meeting and having it be fresh every week?
Yeah, you realize that we have to have a lot of people doing their part, and our committees are super important. So we have everything from the Sergeant at Arms Committee, who actually do the physical setup of the room and putting everything together. So when we walk in, everything, it looks great. It looks like, it's just made for Rotary in there, and it doesn't look any other way any other time. And then there's the programs, for instance. And our president-elect, Jill Thomas, she works with the programs and gets speakers. And that's a big deal. Yeah. That makes a difference, too. It's very interesting how we can have different people come speak. I will have never heard of this person or that organization or whatever it is at the time, but come out of there learning so much. And it's something I would have never been able to seek out before. So quite frankly, I don't even look at who the speaker is before attending. I guess I have to attend everyone as a president, but beforehand, people say, oh, it's not as well attended because of this or that or the other. And I'm thinking, I just attend, because I learn so much, and especially if I don't know who is there. So that's a big part of it. Of course, we eat lunch there, and Charlie's does a great job of putting that together for us. We do appreciate it. And then, of course, we have our board and we have our membership committee. Our membership committee is pretty clutch because they have to let us know if we do have somebody, like when you came in, that we do a pretty good job of communicating to about, maybe a handful of us saying, hey, so-and-so is going to be here. Make sure they get a warm welcome. And I think that's very important because first impressions mean everything.
Yeah, so, and I don't think there was a week that I walked in there and didn't feel welcome or just felt like I could slide through kind of thing. No, it was very personal and very like, hey, glad you're here. Here's a handshake. Talk to Sarah here at the table, get everything squared away and be welcome to the club.
Exactly.
So I do love it, and I love the pacing that is part of the meeting. Yeah. Because I think that's also really important that sometimes gets overlooked by other groups out there, and not even just Rotary groups, but just different networking types of the nature, because pacing can be so important to keep people's attention.
It is.
And I think, again, hats off to the committees for doing exactly what they're needing to do. Yes. Has there ever been a moment for you, I guess this isn't a question I had prepared, but one I'm kind of thinking of, has there ever been quite a moment for you to where it's like, okay, I've got the committees all going in different directions here, I've got to be able to pull them back in?
At times, it does get to the point where, somebody's asking me, okay, what's going on with this or what's happening? I'm like, I don't even know. And so, for instance, like guest day, I feel like we kind of try to up our game a little bit, but then there's a little bit of, okay, who's doing what, and who's the one person who couldn't make it, last minute or whatever, and then we pull it off without without anybody noticing.
Literally no hitch, no bump in the road.
And
nothing.
we're like, well, we wish that the AV would have worked out for this
Right.
video that we wanted to play or whatnot. But then so many people come back and say, oh my gosh, that was so great. You did, we did such a great job, and hats off to, membership engagement. We really do. And then talking about committees too, while we're on it, I definitely want to our shout out here to the Community Service Committee.
Yes.
I mean, they're the ones that really work so hard because that's what we're about.
Literally, yeah.
So while in the meeting itself, they're maybe not busy orchestrating that piece of it, but they do a lot outside of the meeting too. And that's what makes us us. So.
Yeah, and I don't think we could ever ask for more because you guys do so much for giving it back to us. I actually ribbed Stephanie Olson a little bit because I was like, hey, I didn't sign up to do the invocation. I was told I'm doing the invocation.
So you had about 5 seconds.
I had like an hour to prepare.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to say today. But that was all. That's kind of a fun thing for me because sometimes just having those spur of the moments, just getting something to come to the surface, sometimes that makes me stop and reflect because it's like, okay, why did that come up? Why was that on my mind? So, and then I got told after the fact too by various Rotarian members that, hey, you did a great job. That really made me think today. And it was just kind of a fun, it made it more fun for me. And I'm a people person. I'm a big social energy kind of guy. So that's my thing on it. So I was happy to handle it. Yeah, I can handle it.
There are some people we have to be careful for, It's like, okay, don't quite put them on the spot. I've had a couple times, like, I think it's been maybe twice in the last 3-4 weeks where we didn't have anybody, and all of a sudden I'm standing there at the podium going, okay, I'm really going to wing this.
Well, at least now it's like, hey, you're up.
Next time, We had some people where it's like, okay, they don't even have time to AI this.
Right. I think it's funny. Stephanie included some AI for me. She's like, it's funny what AI can come up with. I'm like, you know what? I actually had a good one.
There you go.
No, I got lucky with that one, actually. Fortunately, because of the show that we're doing. So, yeah. Perfect. Now, keeping it moving here, Candy, how's your time as president changed your perspective on Rotary? I'm a little curious, kind of what were the expectations when you first started it and what was the realism versus now?
So there's really kind of your year as president-elect is a year of prep work too. So you do have that time where you're working really closely. I worked real closely with my secretary, Scott Hahn, and we met at least once a month and we worked on getting our committee chairs figured out.
Sure.
And that's a big part of it. And so once you get into it, then you realize what you should have done the year before to prep better. So now in the middle of my year, I'm thinking of, my, I'm kind of putting together committee binders, and I'm going to put together a presidential binder or president-elect binder maybe, so that it can just maybe be a smooth transition for folks. There's always something, and that's the thing is, you realize, okay, you have these people around you though.
Right.
And that's the beauty of Rotary, because it's just a genuine network. And so we know we can lean on each other if we ever need some help or need guidance. If we don't have it in our club itself, which we do because we just have that depth of leadership, but we also have great leadership in our assistant governor, in our governor. We even have past governors, governor-elect. So many people. I was part of the Rotary Leadership Institute, and that's just 3 different days. You're learning all about Rotary a little bit more. It's pretty full on. But what's nice about that is usually you're with other folks from other Rotary clubs, and some even in Iowa, some in Lincoln, some in Omaha. It's a nice, and really it's people who have maybe 10 members and we have 100 members, So it's really interesting sampling
Yeah.
Of different types of clubs.
And I imagine a lot of meeting of the minds, so to speak, of like, hey, what can I do to grow my club a little bit? And really probably a great handshake and friendship building kind of event.
Is.
So
yeah, it's great
awesome.
to collaborate.
Absolutely. There's enough of everything to go around for everybody. We're in 2025. This is not 1930. We're fighting for scraps here.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I love it. And I couldn't speak highly enough of Rotary, to be honest with you, because I know I'm probably one of the newest members. I don't think I'm the newest anymore, but
you're not the newest
I'm
for
not
long.
the newest anymore.
Yeah, it could be 1 minute, it could be 1 week.
Right.
Somebody new comes in.
I really do genuinely feel the connection there, and I did pretty much from week 2. Week 1, I was a little like, all right, let's feel this out. Let's just get a vibe in place.
Understand.
But it was so fun because I started running into people that I knew from different networking events, being on the show, like Chris Walker.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I had him and Casey both on the show, I think the week before I came to Rotary.
Oh, perfect.
So I saw him there and I was just like, and he goes, you're part of Rotary? I am now. But I do want to give like a little tip of the cap here to your secretary, Scott Hahn.
Yeah.
Honestly, the guy is so smooth and seamless. I can tell just certain things from time to time because old broadcaster in me, I can pick up certain things that I'm like, wow, he was not prepared for that, but he did a great job of going off of it. And he just does such a great job at not only commanding the room, but also being able to keep things moving and flowing in a genuine way.
He does.
Rather than just like a forceful, all right, that's time.
It's not abrupt or
right. He's very, very tactful. So special shout outs to Scott.
Oh, I know. He's the best. And that's what I realized. That is one of the interesting things as being president. You realize, okay, I'm there to kind of start the meeting. I say a couple words here and there, but really it's the secretary who kind of, has to be main stage. And
it reminded me like of
they have more pressure, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit. It reminded me of FFA and like parliamentary procedure.
Yes.
So I was waiting for like the Madam Presidents and like I was waiting for like the handoff of the gavels with the handshake. So I'm glad it's not that stuffy and formal.
Now, sometimes when I call him, he'll answer the phone like that, or Dave Fulton does too, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's
Can
our
I just
fun.
be Candy?
Nope, you're Madam President.
I don't know. That's a little much, but
I love it. But
it's awesome.
I think that just kind of, I hope people are kind of gleaming the insight as to, we have not known each other super long, but yet we are still so familiar with each other just from these meetings and settings and just getting to learn about everybody in the room. So I'm always excited for who I'm going to be meeting next. And honestly, I don't think I've met 80% of that room yet, or handshaked, or at least gotten to genuinely know them yet. And I'm like, why rush everything? I'm here for the long haul. Let's start talking to these people meaningfully. So I think it's a phenomenal networking event. Not only that, but it's a phenomenal community event. Which I couldn't speak high enough of, because obviously part of what we do here on the show is highlight people in the community. So special shout outs to Rotary.
It's really cool to think about, some of the people who we have as members who have been very long time members, and then thinking of, what they do for a living. When you go through orientation, you'll even realize we do fines, And
I've seen the fines firsthand.
Right. And you know who introduced the fines?
Who?
Warren Buffett.
Really?
So he was one of our Rotarians back in the day.
Gotta love it.
So it is interesting because you have some pretty well-known people, coming through there.
It helps kind of keep things a little fresh and fun too. It's like, you couldn't remember it, that's a fine, it's $1.
Right, I know, it is. Yeah, Scott does really well with that.
He
That's
does.
something new he's brought in this year, and he really has done a good job.
He does, because he has a good energy about it. He's not being rude about it, or like, you're like, pay $1. He's very joking and very fun about it, which makes it fun for everybody.
It doesn't make you want to punch him. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make you want to chase him down.
Right.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Now, as we're moving kind of in through this holiday season, things for volunteering wise, I've noticed for the Rotary have ramped up.
Sure.
Now, the call for volunteers always kind of rings throughout the year, but this time of year, what's something that either fellow Rotarians or even the viewers at home that want to get involved can step up and help give back this year?
One of the big things is right now we're doing a coat drive for the Salvation Army. They are, and really you can go to our website, the Omaha West Rotary, and donate. Right now we have kind of a package that the walkers have helped us put together.
I love because they're doing Max's Coats for Kids this year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they are, they got us a package deal for $43. A person can donate the $43. It would buy a coat, a hat, a hoodie. And I can't remember if there's gloves involved or not, but it's a heck of a deal because it's quite a few pieces. And then they're matching it too. And
I love that.
Yeah. So they said if we could get 20 of us to donate the $43, then they would donate 20. But actually, Rob had said the other day that he'll up it 10 more. So, I mean, that's 150% there. So
I don't think we can.
We got to get 20 people going on this. So
I think we absolutely can.
Yeah, I think it can happen. And then we're doing bell ringing for the Salvation Army as well.
Very fun.
That's always a fun time, and we just do it the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and just take the day in front of Baker's on 132nd and Maple, which is right across from you.
Yeah, right across from me. I'll try to be there for it. I'm going to be moving about that.
Oh, are you?
I'm kind of moving in that process.
And and that's the thing is, you're not expected to be at every single event or every single project, but there's enough that are offered for you, so that's the nice part. And so I know we're trying to do something for I believe it's an open door mission.
Okay.
Where I guess they always are in need of men's underwear, actually.
Really?
And so taking donations for that too. So.
Well, I'm gonna have to reach out to the open door mission.
Saying that it's I think it's the open door mission.
I think you're right. If not, hey, Matt, we'll flip that. If not, you guys.
We're gonna double check it. Probably any of these missions need all the things, but but we we do that, and I'm sure the other Rotary groups. We have a lot of other Rotary groups in town, and so we all kind of have our own little areas of what we kind of take on throughout the year.
I think that's such a cool collaborative thing that we do here in Omaha too. None of the Rotaries ever think that they're better than, even though we are the best.
We do say that.
That's just what we say, but we don't genuinely mean that as like we're better than you. It's not that way. It's just a fun.
It is. It is fun, and we do collaborate with them though too. We have like a Rotary Means Business, so I don't know.
And hey,
that's going off script here, but
even James Makowitz came onto into our Rotary to come present.
Exactly.
And he's part of a completely different
part of downtown. I
couldn't remember if he was suburban.
He's president-elect of downtown.
For him.
He's not president currently. He's president-elect. So
good.
Good guy.
He is a great guy. I love James. He's a friend of the show. He's actually
very dynamic.
very. He's that energy-filled guy because he's so passionate about what he's doing. And I couldn't speak highly enough of him. And of course, we're actually going to be having him back on the show here this winter.
Oh, good.
Yep. Not because I'm totally going after those cherries that he brought me.
We're supposed to bring you something, huh?
No. There's... To believe it or not, on this show, I've only been brought a handful of things. I literally think it's maybe 5 total things out of all of the episodes that we've done. By no means is it a necessity. But I do want to point out, while we're talking about volunteering, organization, and what's coming up as far as the Rotary website, down in the description below, as we're talking, you can check all of this out. Speaking of, there's a bunch of events that you guys do. Is there anything upcoming that you want to promote outside of some of the volunteer work?
Yes. In March, we are going to have a Bloody Mary Fest. Yeah. And we are trying something new this year. We are going to have it at Brickway.
I love Brickway.
Ralston.
Friend of the show.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
They actually have donated the vodka for this before because you can't, we have everybody, at least have a baseline of the same vodka. But in the past, we've had it outdoors in the summer. Sometimes we had, maybe some looming storms that kind of made things not as busy
in
of
Nebraska?
a day. I know. So we're going to try it in March, March 28th. And
have you ever been out to Brickway?
I have not yet.
It's a super cool place.
Okay, I need to. And apparently it's huge. I mean, we'll be able to have our Bloody Mary Fest plus others. I think that'll still be March Madness time too, which is my favorite time of year.
Draft your brackets after some Bloody Marys. That couldn't go wrong.
I know. So we have different bars that they attend, and they have their own booth, and they're called our Merry Makers. And so we have a just competition, best of show, best take. based. I know there are several categories.
That's awesome.
And so it's a lot of fun. That's been our main moneymaker. We've done that in the past, supporting various nonprofits. Most recently, the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah.
We've worked with them quite a bit.
We just had Emily on a couple months ago.
Yes. Emily is part of our club too. Carrie Ketchum's been part of our club for a long time. So yeah, we just, speaking of Ronald McDonald House, while we're talking of our projects and that, we just donated quite a bit to help them with their outdoor. They have an outdoor kitchen and outdoor playground,
gotcha.
and so we were able to put our Rotary symbol and Omaha West on the side of the grill, and so that was fun. And we go there and
Like, I heard you guys whipped up some meals the other day.
There,
I was
or no? Okay,
I was there. I learned about it the following week, and was like, "Where was the invite?" I gave Scott a rib there. I was like, "Whoa, man, I can cook."
Okay, yeah.
I heard the mac and cheese was killer.
Oh, was it? I wasn't at that one either, so we'll do it together next time.
Yeah, we're together next
So
time.
we love doing that because those
such a
families,
great-
they come back from being at the hospital all day. The last thing they want to do is try to figure out what to have to eat, and so a home cooked meal is very nice for them.
I love it, and honestly, that house does amazing things. It really, really is.
It is.
Any other events we want to promote besides the March Madness Bloody Mary?
That's the main one for right now. We do a golf tournament.
Yes, we do. We'll talk more about that.
You'll I know a guy who's gonna take care of it.
You might get a couple minutes.
He's gonna market. Yeah, exactly. Those are the main ones right now.
Love that.
We do, a couple pop-up things here and there.
Of course, we can always find all of them on the website. Click that events tab. It's right up there in the corner for you.
Yep. We'll do social events too. Like our pickleball.
Absolutely.
I would love to see us maybe get a pickleball tournament together. That would be a fundraiser. You have your own paddle, so that's the litmus test, right, of where you are in the pickleball
I think so,
world.
but I haven't played in like years, so I might be a little rusty here.
Okay. But you're coming tonight.
I'm gonna do my best to make it over there tonight, absolutely, because honestly, Smash Park is super fun.
Yeah.
It's a very cool place and very good location. I know it's a little bit out of some people's way.
Yeah,
but think about it. It is such an open parking space over there. It's easy to get into. I love it because you're not fighting parking and you're not fighting traffic. So it's a good area. Plus, hey, they got some good prices on what they do there.
Yeah.
Food, drinks, games. It's a very cool place.
Well, I just thought it was nice for our Rotarians because even if you aren't a pickleball player, you can still come and have a beverage. And like I told them, they can heckle people who are playing.
Well, you can't tell Dave that, or else he's going to have like a bullhorn. We're just going to hear, "You call that a serve?" Yeah,
I know. Yeah. We could have some issues there, but it'll be fun to talk about tomorrow, right?
We could just make him the official. Like, he's the ref.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to have too much fun tonight. But
that's going to be it. So, stay tuned for the pickleball fundraiser. With all this talk, we better have it.
I feel like now we need a summertime one now. So,
that might be. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.